Good morning, everyone. My name is Red Moon Eagle, and you are watching Daily Devotions with Red Moon Eagle. We are in the tide of completion between the summer solstice and the fall equinox, and this is a banked video for future watching. Usually I bank a couple of these just to have them for when things get busy. My fall is estimated to be pretty busy, so I'm banking these in advance, and I generally post at some point between Monday and Friday. I used to be pretty consistent with every single day of the week, and now I think I hit live maybe 3 times a week. A lot of it's just life, and a lot of it is shifting energy, and there's a lot of stuff happening in the world, and I'm very busy. So I still do daily devotions for myself every single day. I may just not spend as much time with them right now because I still have to do all the things that I do for self-care in the mornings before I get cranking for the world. So I'm going to start in. I am starting with the Activations guidebook, and the card that I drew today is 11, Belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to Source. Belief is one of the most powerful driving forces towards action and change. Belief can be described as a state of mind we experience when we think that something is true. Up until now, it has mostly been our conscious mind that has determined whether or not we believe something. If there's enough evidence, logical and scientific facts, in support of a thing, we consider it to be true, therefore we believe it. In the new energy, it isn't enough to rely solely on our analytical, logical mind to determine our truths and our beliefs. Our world is rapidly being saturated with more and more multidimensional elements, like memories from other lifetimes and dimensions, enhanced transsensory and psychic abilities, an altered sense of time, to name a few. These require us to change the way we think, and science has not caught on enough to provide our minds with sufficient evidence to make sense of this multidimensionality. We have to rely on other parts of ourselves beyond the conscious mind to navigate through this exciting new world. We are in the process of discovering how crucial our heart and our intentions, our emotions are, that they need to be considered as valuable in our analytical mind in determining our beliefs. To thrive in this new energy is co-creational, multidimensional human beings who are in control of their reality. It is essential that we believe we are these beings. Self-worth is critical. We have to believe without a shred of doubt that we are powerful creatures. Just as magic requires a deep and unwavering conviction on the part of the magician, we have to believe that anything is possible, especially those that make no sense to our logical mind. Changing our reality with a deep-rooted belief that we can. The color pink is associated with universal love in oneself and others, with sweetness, tenderness, and care. Brighter pink brings an aspect of aliveness, excitement, high energy, and power. The star in the middle can be the beacon of inspiration, indicating our connection to the heavens and the universe that source our beliefs. If necessary, however, the star can be used as a shuriken or Japanese throwing star, a precise and powerful weapon, indicating the power of conviction that is sometimes necessary to blast our way through old ways of thinking. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Answer this: do you believe you are part of Source? Do you believe your power is so great you can create anything you desire? When was the last time you stood under the stars, demanded the universe grant you your wishes? Try it. Isn't that beautiful? So in the transformational sequence, this is 1 and 5. 2 and 6, Masul, Oracle of Souls. So in these cards, I usually read what realm they are from first, and then I read the card meaning. The realm of Sheol. Sheol is concerned with the bright and dark dualities. Sheol centers the extremes of human sin and holiness. To dwell in Sheol is to submit to the judgment of the absolute, to suffer between difficult requirements of grace and the easy torments of corruption, and have the courage to discover where you fall in your overall contribution to the good of the world or to the evil. This is a shadow light card. Genie the Maid, guardian of saints. The shepherd of lost souls of the shoal, Jeannie is a noble and pious hero in life. Martyred for her trouble, she prefers to avoid the politics and machinations of the Masolia. On the whole, serving instead those who need her help and who cannot help themselves. Jeannie demonstrates the world weariness of those who have given as much as they can, that it can be wise to eschew the larger, more cynical conflicts for doing real, tangible good in a local way. A champion does not require a global stage. Domains: humility, disillusionment, and champion. Powerful there, Jeannie. Oracle de Nut is the 3-7. Donkey Skin, number 30. My story. My father had this crazy plan of marrying me. I tried to discourage him by asking for incredible dresses, among which a dress as bright as the sun. As he could provide them, I asked for this magical gold producer, donkey skin. And when he provided it too, I escaped, disguised in the same donkey skin. Eventually, I found a prince. My father married another woman. I could shine again in my beautiful dresses, and everything went well at last. You have run away for too long, hiding yourself in the world, feeling ashamed and lonely, disguising your true feelings, your true face, your true beauty. There is nothing to fear anymore. You don't need to put on an ugly skin anymore. A time of radiance is beginning for you. Dare to show your true colors. Put on your brightest outfit and shine like the sun. Light fits you so well. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. And then for 8, Lantern Oracle. Number 36. And this is in the phase of Crone, Elder, Acceptance, Integration, Reconcilement, and Wisdom. Couldn't read that word for a minute. Number 36, Confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. At some point, we all encounter feelings at a loss as to what to do next. Our mind can become conflicted as the advice we receive. Our emotions can polarize and overwhelm us to the point of distress, especially when the stakes seem too high to risk making a mistake. Our beliefs that there is a right choice or answer that will prevent all of that what we fear from happening can be paralyzing. Fear has the power to stop us in our tracks, especially when it seems logical and right, as at odds with what feels emotionally safe. For example, one choice might seem to guarantee safety and security, but feeling uncomfortably compromising. In the state of distress, it's hard to get clear on what our spirit self is guiding us to do. We may feel helpless and without any available choice that feels authentic. What is best and truly possible for us is rarely as clear as hindsight reveals it to be. When we need clarity the most, it would be helpful to remember that recognizing that we do not know what to do is a necessary step in the process of realizing what to do. Acknowledging the not knowing is a way to figuring out our next authentic move in navigating a way through any bewildering predicament. A solution is not found in making one right decision, but rather the result of many small, consistent choices, actions, thoughts, and behavior changes. This is because significant problems are born of a web of threads that are not quite right for us. It requires us to dismantle, clear, and replace each thread one by one in a new and right one for us. The process of dismantling, clearing, and replacing what is significant and sustainable change and clarity are. We create our solutions culminatively by simplifying the complexity and removing it and deliberately choosing something else. Clarity often comes at the cost of making at least one mistake, wrong turn, or failure. For most, it takes making many. This is how we typically learn our way forward. Mistakes are preferable to remaining in the ground defeated. Failures are gifts, lanterns, if you will, illuminating a true direction. We need to know better to see and do better. That is why every perceived error is actually part of what is a correct step forward in your direction. It shows your true way. Trust yourself. For any current confusion you're facing, place the hand that you write with on your heart and receive what knowing arises in you to do next. If part of this knowing is to seek advice, support, or assistance from an appropriate other, do so. The featured crone supports you in committing to taking one small step at a time on your terms and your own pace as you enter into an ever-increasing clarity and confidence. The crone's message. When we know what we have no idea what we are doing or what direction to take next, we begin to find out. Love that. Okay, so overall message today. Belief. Belief is where we started. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. When we believe we are less than, when we believe in our own shadows, we believe in the darkness. Now, there's a lesson in that. The belief in the light and shadow of the duality of our world, the constant flow. When we believe that we are connected and we have that divine connection, we can lean into the flow of that light and shadow. We don't have to hold on so tightly to the light because the light and shadow are moving. When you're standing still, you're also moving. Anytime you're trying to hold on to being still too long, constantly trying to be positive, constantly looking at the right side of things, constantly forcing yourself to be good and positive all the time, you miss the lesson of the shadow, okay? But conversely, if everything is icky, nothing is good, everybody hates me, I'm gonna go eat worms, then your belief becomes the world as well. That belief of the shadow, then no light can come into that. And there's no movement in that shadow if you're trying to stay in it. There's also no light in the light when you're trying to be in the light all the time. You have to allow movement to happen. And that belief of self, that belief in the divine, is part of what keeps us all connected. The Oracle of Souls, Jeannie the Maid, shows us in the 2-6 dynamic, she is martyred for her trouble of living a pious life. She demonstrates the world weariness of those who have given as much as they can, that to be wise is to eschew the larger cynical conflicts and doing real tangible good. Jeannie's domains of humility, disillusionment, and champion. She shows us that knowing the connection of the right thing to do at the right time is important. That movement and the little things she does to connect to the people around her, knowing the aliveness of purpose in the movement moving forward, also means that she doesn't need a lot of attention. She doesn't need to be martyred for her work. She doesn't need to show brightly in the world to do right things. And yet she also shows us the shadow of being disillusioned with that movement. Every single thing you do has purpose. And when we lose sight of that, we can become very easily disillusioned. And she can easily get caught in the shadow of being the martyr or the champion. The champions because it's the right thing to do, not because there's attention seeking or a bright light shown on them as a reward. And donkey skin for 3-7 I think is absolutely appropriate. The idea that the crazy idea of a father marrying his daughter, which is a taboo in every culture across the world. Incest is extremely frowned upon for so many reasons. And she says, no, this is not right. And I'm going to walk through the journey of having you provide me the escape to step into no longer needing to disguise my feelings, disguising my true self, to show my true beauty. The honoring of the self, the recognizing the complete divine connection of each soul and stepping into the light of purpose in the right time, knowing how to navigate. Is it right for me? Is it right for the world? Is it the right time? Are you doing your best? These are all things that donkey skin shows us. The donkey skin story of using what needs to be seen to shine, and that you have wisdom to shine, that you have purpose. The Lantern Oracle is the perfect 4-8 card. Confusion, growth, growth hurts. through uncertainty. I think that this is a wonderful one. The belief that there's a right choice that will keep us from being paralyzed in our own fear and disappointment. I think that clarity in making decisions and growing is the confusion part of 4-8, I think is quite profound. In you have to make mistakes. You have to keep moving forward, making mistakes and moving within the growth and the healing process. When you exercise, one of the things that I learned about building muscle years ago was that you get micro tears in your muscle and then you heal, and that's what creates muscle. Your body breaks down to build back up again, and that is what the confusion card represents, is that healing means harnessing the way of uncertainty. Not knowing what's going to happen next is part of the learning process, and being comfortable with whatever comes at you will bring you clarity, will bring you a place of, where was it that I read that? We need to know better to see and do better. Failures are gifts, illuminating your true direction. Your failures, your inability to do it, quote unquote, the right way, is actually how you move forward. And if you do it authentically, you embrace that uncertainty, you embrace the feelings that are in your body, and you just do it the best you can. Oh, that's like a 4-8 master class of connection there. Like, when you do your best, even in the failure of doing that, you learn something, you gain wisdom, you gain connection, you gain authenticity to who you are and your purpose. And that's a powerful lesson to walk through. And so one of the things that comes through with today is our belief card. I've noticed that when I do these transformational readings, that belief is what drives all the other cards, or like whatever this card is, it drives these cards. So belief in connection to the divine, belief in purpose, belief in self, belief in your self-worth, your talents, your connection to source, means you do the little things, you help the people around you, you find connection through doing the little things with other people. It's not about getting recognition for doing little things. It's for being in the moment with the people you're around. And that teaches you a little bit about yourself, and it teaches you about others. It gives them the opportunity to connect with you in the little things. And then the donkey skin. There's no reason not to shine. There's no reason in those little things to not be all of who you need to be, and be paying attention to the little things that you're doing so that you can shine as best as you can in that. And that when you fail, and you will fail many times, you will make mistakes, and those are all part of the learning process. And when we embrace the belief that we are connected to source, we can continue to connect moment to moment with the people around us. We can do that authentically, shining our own light of connection to source, and we will fail. We will fail. And in that failure, we will gain more belief.